Today, we are sitting down with award-winning attorneys Miriam Parman and Jason Maves and their client, Marquis, who was injured in an auto accident, to hear about the true life story following his case. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
And Miriam, how did you meet Marquis?
Well, Marquis was referred to us through a former client. And so he was involved in the accident. He started experiencing his symptoms and injuries, and he reached out to a friend who then referred him to our law firm. I do want to interject and say something. Last time Marquis was in our office, we were matching Marquis, right?
We were on point.
What were we wearing?
Both red shoes, black pants, and a red shirt.
That's right, we were styling.
I love that. The connection rolls deep. That's
works.
great.
It
That's
works.
fantastic.
It definitely
Well,
works.
I love that you've been able to develop that sort of bond with each other. And Marquis, that must have been a relief to be able to find such an experienced group of attorneys to help you at such a vulnerable time. How did you feel following your accident?
Well, following the accident right away, it was sort of like just a normal accident for me, you know, wherein kind of not really knowing what to do until the next day where I started feeling some symptoms. That's when I decided to reach out to a friend, and she referred me to them. And rest is history for me. You know, it's been a great opportunity for me.
Well, it's remarkable that you're here with us today to tell this story. I can't express enough our appreciation for you being so open with us. So when you began your recovery process, how did Miriam and her legal team help you along the way?
All the advice that I needed, they were on call for me pretty much all the time. I would text them 10 o'clock at night if I had a question, you know, and he always responded. So they were a great team to work with. I never felt alone through the process.
Well, let me be the first to say, and Jason, I'm sure you can reiterate this, it's great to know that a client is able to find you and you're really able to help them achieve justice at such a critical point in their journey to recovery.
Absolutely, and with Marquis, especially before we settled, me and Marquis were talking a lot. So he had my personal cell phone because we needed to have that conversation, and whether it was 9 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock at night, if that conversation needed to be had, it needed to be had, and the results speak for itself.
That is fantastic to hear. I know a lot of folks at home who are injured in an accident might feel that feeling of helplessness, so it's really good to know that they're able to kind of lean on you at that time. And Miriam, it must be great for you to be able to reunite here with Marquis again.
It's really, really good to see you. It's always great to see my clients again. It's a reunion for us, and it brings back really what we went through in resolving the claim, and the fact that we make our clients the center of our attention, and we really make it about their needs and helping what we can do to get them well and to get them the recovery that they deserve.
That is remarkable. It really does go to show the power of having an experienced team of attorneys like Miriam and Jason on your side. And Marquis, can you actually maybe even tell us a little bit more? How is life now following your injury, following the recovery process?
Now that I feel great, you know, there's the shadows are no longer there, that darkness, the unknowns are no longer there. They have been a tremendous help through that process at all levels. They still are. Since recovery, kind of joined a lot of support groups, people that have been through the things that I went through. That kind of helps because you're not really having that support afterwards is very important, you know, so that helps.
I completely agree. I think that a support system after an accident is probably one of the best things that somebody can have for themselves. And I think having a team of attorneys as that support system is also extremely important. And do you feel like you found that in these two lovely and fantastic attorneys?
Oh yes, definitely. I guess I still feel like I could call them at any time and they'll still ask me or answer any questions that I may have. You know, I definitely had a mother unfortunately involved in another car accident. I referred her to the company as well, so they're taking care of her as well.
Oh,
so.
well, I'm sorry to hear that, but is your mom?
Yeah, she's great. She's doing well. So yes, and they're taking care of her as well. So.
Well, see,
she's in good hands.
That is exactly why I'm adding the two of you to my speed dial. And for those of you at home, we're gonna go ahead and place their number on the screen.
And our team is available 24/7 to take your call. So give our office a call and see how we can help you.
You're definitely going to want to take this down in the event that you are ever injured in an accident like Marquis. So Marquis, it's great to hear that you fully recovered from your injuries. So I think the real big question here is, would you recommend Miriam and her team to someone else who may have been injured in an accident?
Of course, no questions asked.
Well, that is fantastic to hear. Miriam, does it feel great to be hearing such great words from a client of yours?
It feels incredibly good. That's all I can say. It really makes me happy. It makes me very happy that we make a difference in a positive way in our clients' lives.
We work so hard to just make every client that walks through the door happy. And that's my goal, is to make sure that I help everyone who walked through my door make an educated decision on what they want to do. Not in what's in my best interest, not what's in the insurance best interest, but what's in Marquis' best interest. And by educating him and letting him know how this process works, he was able to make a great decision and get great results on his case.
Fantastic. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you to our leading injury attorneys, Miriam Parman and Jason Maves. And thank you to their client, Marquis, for joining us today. Take care, everyone.
Superwoman, super lawyer, superwoman, super lawyer.